Namaskar. The movement of the working class, the beginning of the second half of the 19th century heralded the entry of modern industry into India. The thousands of hands employed in construction of railways were harbingers of the modern Indian working class. Further industrialization came with the development of an ancillary industries along with the railways. The coal industry developed fast and employed a large working force. Then came the cotton and the jute industry. The Indian working class suffered from the same kind of exploitation witnessed during the industrialization of Europe and the rest of the West, such as low wages, long working hours, unhygienic and hazardous working conditions, employment of child labor, and the absence of basic amenities. The presence of colonialism in India gave a distinctive touch to the Indian working class movement. The Indian working class had to face two basic antagonistic forces: an imperialist political rule and economic exploitation at the hands of both foreign and native capitalist classes. Under the circumstances, inevitably the Indian working class movement became intertwined with the political struggle for national emancipation. The early nationalists, especially the moderates, were indifferent to the labor's cause, differentiated between the labor in the Indian-owned factories and those in the British-owned factories, believed that labor legislation would affect the competitive edge enjoyed by the Indian-owned industries, did not want a division in the movement on the basis of classes, did not support the Factory Acts of 1881 and 1891 for these reasons. Thus, earlier attempts to improve the economic conditions of the workers were in the nature of the philanthropic efforts which were isolated, sporadic, and aimed to specific local grievances. 1870, Sasipada Banerjee started a working men's club and newspaper, Bharat Shramjeevi. 1878, Shapurji Bengali tried to get a 1878, Sorabji Shapurji Bengali tried to get a bill providing better working conditions to labor pressing in the Bombay Legislative Assembly. 1818, Narayan Meghaji Lokhande started the newspaper Deen Bandhu and set up the Bombay Mill Hands Association. 1819, and the first strike by the Great Indian Peninsular Railway took place and it got widespread support. The Tilaks, Keshari and Maratha had been campaigning for the strike for months. There were many prominent nationalist leaders like Bipin Chandra Pal and G. Subramaniam Iyer who demanded better conditions for workers and other pro-labor reforms. During Swadeshi Upsurge, workers participated in wider political issues. Strikes were organized by Ashwani Kumar Banerjee, Prabhat Kumar Roy Chaudhary, Premtosh Bose and Apurva Kumar Ghosh. These strikes were organized in government press, railways and the jute industry. There were attempts to form trade unions, but these were not very successful. Subramaniam Shiva and Chidambaram Pillai led strikes in Tuticorin and Tirunelveli and were arrested. The biggest strike of the period was organized after Tilak's arrest and trial during the First World War and after. The war and its aftermath brought a rise in exports and soaring prices, massive profiteering opportunities for the industrialists, but very low wages for the workers. This led to the discontent among workers. The emergence of Gandhi led to a broad-based national movement, and the emphasis was placed on the mobilization of the workers and peasants for the national cause, and it was felt for the organization of the workers in trade unions. International events like the establishment of a socialist republic in the Soviet Union, formation of the Comintern, and the setting up of International Labour Organization (ILO) lent a new dimension to the movement of the working class in India. The ITUC, the All India Trade Union Congress, was founded in October 1st, 1920. The Indian National Congress President for the year Lajpat Rai was elected as the first president of AITUC and Diwan Chaman Lal as the first general secretary. Lajpat Rai was the first to link capitalism with imperialism. Imperialism and militarism are the twin children of capitalism. The prominent Congress and the Swarajist leader C.R. Das presided over the third and the fourth sessions of the AITUC. The Gaya session of the Congress 1922 welcomed the formation of the AITUC and a committee was formed to assist it. C.R. Das advocated that a committee was formed to assist it. C.R. Das advocated the Congress should take up the workers and peasants' cause and incorporate them in the struggle for Swaraj, or else they would get isolated from the movement. Other leaders who kept the close contacts with the AITUC included Nehru, Subhash, F. Andrews, J.M. Sengupta, Satyamurthy, V.V. Giri and Sarojini Naidu. In the beginning, the AITUC was influenced by socialist democratic ideas of the British Labour Party. The Gandhian philosophy of non-violence, trusteeship and class collaboration had great influence on the movement. Gandhi helped organize the Ahmedabad Textile Labour Association 1918 and through a protest secured a 27.5% wage hike. Later, the Arbitrators Award ensured a 35% raise. The Trade Union Act 1926, the Trade Union Act 1926, the reorganized trade unions as legal associations, laid down conditions for registration and regulation of trade union activities, secured immunity, both civil and criminal, for trade unions from persecution for illegitimate activities, but put some restrictions on their political activities. Late 1920s, a strong communist influence on the movement lent a militant and revolutionary content to it. In 1928, there was a 6-month-long strike in Bombay textile mills led by the Girniri Kamgar Union. The whole of 1928 witnessed unprecedented industrial unrest. This period also saw the crystallization of various communist groups, with leaders like S.A. Dange, Muzaffar Ahmed, P.C. Joshi, Sohan Singh Joshi, etc. Alarmed at the increasing strength of the trade union movement under extremist influence, the government resorted to legislative restrictions. It passed the Public Sector Ordinance 1929 and the Trade Disputes Act TD 1929. The TD 1929 made compulsory the appointment of courts of inquiry and consultation boards for settling industrial disputes, made illegal the strikes in public utility services like posts, railways, water and electricity, unless each individual worker planning to go on strike gave an advance notice of 1 month to the administration, forbade trade union activity of coercive or purely political nature in even sympathetic strikes. Meerut Conspiracy Case 1929. In March 1929, the government arrested 31 labor leaders and the 3.5-year trial resulted in the conviction of Muzaffar Ahmed, Rashid Dange, Joe Laker, Philip Spratt, Ben Bradley, Shaukat Usmani and others. The trial got worldwide publicity but weakened the working class movement. The workers participated during 1913 the civil disobedience movement, but after 1931 there was a dip in the working class movement because of a split in 1931 in which the corporatist trend led by N.M. Joshi broke away from the AITUC to set up the All India Trade Union Federation. In 1935 the communists rejoined the AITUC. Now the left front consisted of the Communists, Congress, Socialists and the leftist nationalists like Nehru and Subhas under Congress ministries. During the 1937 elections, the AITUC had supported the Congress candidates. The Congress governments in provinces gave a fillip to trade union activity. The Congress ministries were generally sympathetic to the workers' demands. Many legislations favorable to the workers were passed. During and after the Second World War, initially the workers opposed the war, but after 1941, when Russia joined the war on behalf of the Allies, the communists described the war as a people's power war and supported it. The communists dissociated themselves from the Quiet India movement. A policy of industrial peace was advocated by the communists. In the period 1945 to 1947, workers participated actively in the post-war national upsurge. In 1945, the dock workers of Bombay and Calcutta refused to load ships taking supplies to the warring troops in Indonesia. During 1946, the workers went on a strike in support of the naval ratings. During the last year of foreign rule, there were strikes by workers of posts, railways and many other establishments. After independence, the working class movement got polarized on the basis of political ideology. Dhanyavad. Thank you so much.